When I was 15, I messed around and got a hit out on me. Story time. So if you couldn't already tell by the intro to that, I used to do a lot of DRUGs when I was younger. And I would sneak out and go to parties and sleep at DRUGs, dealers' houses, obviously. So I knew this guy because I had slept over at his house and he, sold. So I was like, hey, can I get some exos, if you know what that means? He was like, sure, but can you do this favor for me? And I didn't really understand what he meant. So I just get there and I'm with a whole car full of people. We get there and his friend gives us 500 in a bag. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know that was like the deal. So then we drive away and everyone in the car is like, let's take them, let's do this, let's do that. And it's a bunch of men. So they're all like, let's take them, let's do them. I'm like, okay. So we do. And obviously he finds my social media information posted on like Twitter at the time. I was terrified because I'm literally living with my parents and my friend's parents at the time, staying at their house, and I'm sitting here like, what if they shoot through the window? Like, they literally knew where I lived. Like, they definitely knew where I lived because it was public information at the time, let's be so honest. And I was freaked out, but it turns out that I found out later because I sold some to this guy. I was taking him like a lot. I sold some to this guy and he tested him and he was like, oh, these are literally meth. So he's Snapchatted me and was like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but I tested them and they are, MATH. And I was like, oh, okay, so I don't want to do that. So I freaked the freak out, looked up the side effects of long-term, wet usage, freaked out. I was like, oh, but he was like, but I actually really want them. So if you want to get rid of them, you can sell them all to me. And I was like, bet. So I sold the rest of them to him because I'm not trying to do all that. I wasn't trying to be like, I don't know. I just freaked out internally and was like, I don't want to be on stuff that's that hard. But yeah, since I found that out, I learned that he probably only spent like a few $100s on that. So if he did put a hit out on me for that, it would be really not worth it because you have to spend more money. You already lost like $300 and you want to spend more money just to kill someone and go to jail over $300. Like, really, you need to calm down. You know what I mean? Like, it was never that serious. But oops, my bad, guys. Oh, but yeah, I forgot to say this, but I do fully take advantage of this part of my lore whenever people are around me at parties or etc. when I'm out in public and I hear people say, ugh, I can't imagine being addicted to blah blah blah, or I can't imagine being an alcoholic. That's so embarrassing. Stuff like that, I will immediately pop up and be like, I was addicted to meth, but you're hanging out with me. So why don't you think about me? I always throw it in their face. Like, girl, don't judge a book by its cover and don't be rude and mean and like that. Stop.